How's it going? Tobin, out on the bank of Fall Creek. Done some videos from way up the creek. We're actually a little closer to town, still outside of town by several miles, about 15 minutes, 20 minutes from where we live. But not up in the Willamette National Forest, just kind of on the edge of that boundary, if you will. I have my beautiful bride Alexis here with me. She's right up here to my left, to your right. And then the two DOGs are right here to my right. Looks like they're digging up a rock or something like that. Doppelganger 3. It's in the Continuum series from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Full disclosure right up front. Did not pay for the soap and splash. Did not pay for the razor. And I did not pay for the brush. We'll talk about those more as we get going. I've had this for far too long to just now be getting around to a review of it, and I do want to apologize to those who've been waiting for it, and to Douglas and Francis. I know they're very understanding with these kind of things. It's just been one thing after another and trying to get to it, and things just not working out. And a lot of that's my fault and the way that I insist on doing my content. So that's that. If we had to simply describe this fragrance, I would describe it as a green chypre meets a barbershop fougere. So think Clubman Panade, or what I use is Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I've done a review of that with our son Lucas out at the golf course. That's their club guy, with a little bit of a Brut Fabergé. That would be at 2 from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, and I reviewed that one from Doris Ranch not too long ago. I believe that one does this year as well. H2O, my handy dandy Walmart bottle. I'm going to start off by applying the Tube 2.0. That's the ice tube. The razor I have is the Caveem, is how I believe you pronounce it, or that's how I'm going to pronounce it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I have the Zomchi, that's the blue one, and I also have the black Zomchi, and that one's more like the black one that I have is kind of like the, I call it a DE89, R89 style ahead. This razor is super light. It only weighs 1.4 ounces. That's the same weight in ounces as the Rex Page. When it comes to grams, if I remember correctly, 41 grams on this and 40 grams on the Rex Page. It's not a very hot day. It's like mid 80s, low 80s right now, but the humidity is fairly high, especially for us. Got you set up on the tripod. I've already scooped with my Phoenix Artisan scoop. I have loaded in my razor a first use platinum strangulate. This will be the first platinum strangulate that I've used in this razor. I'm expecting it to go well. This is a nice little shaver. It really is. The brush. So I was sent this brush for like a tester, for not so much of a tester, but just to get my feedback before he brought it to market. It's a hybrid knot, so we have 60% silver tip badger and 40% G9 synthetic fiber. I have one of the hybrid knots that are available right now on Frank's website is the finest badger with G7. That's a great brush. This is even better. Talk about it. Whoa, fell out and I caught it. Talk about that more as we get going as well. But this 60% badger, 40% G9 synthetic fibers is freaking perfect. It really is. It's the best of both worlds. It's giving the silver tip ample backbone, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like a synthetic. It really doesn't. It's a 26 millimeter knot with about a 55 millimeter loft. Captain's Choice Bowl. The big one is laying down right here to my right, and the little one is exploring the blackberries, and she will pick them off the vine just like our husky wolf used to do, Sakari. And it looks like that's what she's doing. She Doesn't stop. Typical putt. So anywho, the top of this fragrance, when you first apply it, it's brisk and aromatic. If you're familiar with my channel and my content, I like to do what I call the family fragrance score, and that's where I subject my wife and daughter to the fragrances that I'm reviewing, not once, not twice, but again and again. And if you're familiar with my content, you know that neither one of them are too particular about old school fragrances. And like how I was referring to this being in the vein, not the same, but different as Clubman or Fabergé's Brut. It still has that old school, old world, 1970s, early 80s vibe to it. Not an animalic musk, more like a natural plant-derived type musk. But it's still got that old school feel to it. So with that being said, my wife only gives this a 5, which is good. That means I can wear it. 1 being I hate it, 5 being I like it, 10 being I absolutely love it, and Tobin wear it anytime, all the time, and you'll never get a complaint. And she'll want to be closer to you. With 5, it's basically she likes it enough that she can tolerate it, but not really enough to be enthusiastic about me wearing it. But it is wife approved. So that's a good thing, considering that's an old style type fragrance. I'm gonna start whipping this into the stubble here. Get you set up on a tripod, did I say that? A stool right below you, and my other stool over here to my right. My wife is now out in the creek reading a book. That's good stuff, Mandarin. Bonehead. Frim Pilsner, made here in Oregon, Hood River. Luna, stop. She wants me to PLAY, but I'm not going to. We're having a conversation. Alright, Doppelganger. I'll show you the pour. I believe I did. I'm going to set this off to the side so it's not in my way. I have the matching splash, as you hopefully saw in the thumbnail. So we start off with bergamot and lemon, and it's a crisp, brisk citrus. That kind of sets an invigorating tone for this fragrance. I would say this fragrance can be worn any time of the year, but it is a great old school type fragrance for spring, summer, and I'd say early fall. No reason why you couldn't wear this though all year round. And I would say you can wear this anywhere that you're comfortable wearing an old school fragrance. It lasts forever. The splash, I'm not kidding. I can get like 8 to 16 hours of wear out of it, like to where, I'm not kidding, 12, 16 hours later, on the back of my hand, I can still faintly smell it. But for a good 6 to 8 hours, you're gonna get good projection from the splash. When I do my reviews, I'm not reviewing the soap as much as I'm reviewing the splash. Look at that lather, it's already gorgeous. This knot just whips it up, feels great on the face. I will be adding this to my brush review series and totally breaking down this fiber for you guys, as I will be adding the Caveem razor to my razor review series. So this isn't so much a review for the two of those, just more showing them to you and putting them into action. Let's do this. No mirror, just the camera. Gonna dip this in my rinse bowl. Got 2 bowls set up here. Captain's Choice bowl that you saw, and a stainless steel rinse bowl with looks like some mud on the side. Can't do an outdoor shave without getting a little dirty. All right, so the Caveem. I'll put the whole logistics out for this, but for a $10 razor on Amazon, I didn't pay for this. This was sent to me for review. It's one hell of a little shaver. It really is. Super light. If you don't like a light aluminum type Bakelite type weight, you won't like this one, but I don't mind a light razor. And for $10, you can't go wrong with this. It's not quite as efficient as the blue Zomchi. I've been comparing them side by side. And that blue Zomchi does get a little closer. And the blue Zomchi is almost double the weight, to where, if I remember, I weighed the Zomchi at 3 ounces. And this one at 1.4. The blue one I think was 3, and then the black one is 3.1. I'm gonna add a little water to my to my soap. Lavender and rosemary. This fragrance is definitely more of an orchestra. The lavender and rosemary are 2 classic staples in a fougere. I think it's fair to say you can't have a fougere without them. I'll put on the screen what a chypre is and what a fougere is. This is what I would classify as an aromatic fougere. Fougere is French for fern. Ferns are odorless, so it does not smell like a fern. But when you see the word fougere, you can bet on it being one thing always, in my opinion, and that's it's going to have a green vibe to it. This is a super green fragrance. I didn't finish up with the family fragrance score, did I? So my wife Alexis is a 5. Emily does not like it. That's our 17-year-old daughter, which is really no surprise for me. She only gives it a 1. So Emily turns her nose up at this fragrance. And I imagine that a lot of young women will. It's just got that old school vibe to it. It's clean, it's green, but it has an old world feel to it. Add a little water to my soap here. 5 or 6 squirts. Nutmeg blossom, so not straight up nutmeg, but nutmeg blossom and tarragon. And they're adding a spicy green complexity to this fragrance. And in my opinion, that is where you're getting that initial old school feel vibe to this fragrance. As we move into the heart, we hit that fir and 5 different florals, starting with the geranium. As we move into the heart, into the dry down, the 3rd stage of this fragrance, not the heart, the base rather, the heart is where you find the fir and the 5 florals. As we move into the 3rd stage, the base, is where for me, this fragrance becomes a 7. I don't love it, but I really, really do like it. And the more I use it, the more that I do love it. To where a year or 2 from now, I really think this is going to be one of those fragrances that I just can't get enough of. It's weird the way fragrances work like that. Right now, I really enjoy it. I don't love it. So far, my favorite in the Continuum series was the 2nd one, Doppelganger 2. And my wife and Emily would agree, to where with Doppelganger 1, in the Continuum series, we had that old school animalic musk. This is not an animalic musk. It is musky, but it's more of a green, comforting, softer, more transparent type of musk note. Little one's digging a hole here in the sand bed in front of me. The base is this dry, smoky, always green. This fragrance is always green. That never goes away, never changes. I mean, it's as green as these leaves are here. The entire fragrance is green, as a fougere should be. When you see the word fougere, just basically always think green. The oak moss and vetiver, deep, deep green. Between the tarragon and what was it up above, the nutmeg blossom And then this oak moss and this vetiver, we're just amplifying the greenness. The patchouli and the cedarwood are maintaining that greenness. I don't smell cedarwood. I think it's help, just like the florals above, are kind of helping to soften the edges and add more depth and complexity to this fragrance. But that oak moss, vetiver, patchouli, and the tarragon up above it are just like green machine notes in this. And when you hit that oak moss and vetiver in this dry down, 10 minutes into it, 5 minutes into it, 10. Let's go 10. I think 10 is fair. You get this deep, earthy greenness, and it maintains, it stays, it doesn't go away. The amber, tonka bean, and musk are adding a warm sensuality to this fragrance. Without those three, I don't know how much my wife would actually like this one. The musk is not an animalic musk like I was saying a minute ago. It is a like ambrit seed, plant-derived, sensual, transparent, soft kind of musk. It's not animalic in any way. It doesn't smell like urine or animalic. It's a very pleasant green musk. And if it wasn't for that, I think if it was an animalic musk, my wife would be there with Emily with her score. That razor is on the mild side, a little less efficient than the My Blue Zomchi. I'll put a link to the razor on Amazon. I won't profit from the sale of it. I want to again thank the people at Zomchi for contacting me and sending them out to me. I want to thank Douglas and Fran for sending me this. The Doppelganger series is a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to Doppelganger 4. You should have no problem, no matter your skin type or what you're doing, getting all-day wear out of this aftershave cologne. Projection 4 or 5. The scent strength, the projection is pretty average, but the longevity is just insane. My ideal way to simply describe this fragrance is a green chypre meets a barbershop fougere. An aromatic fougere along the lines, not the same as Clubman, Penard's Clubman, and Brut's Fabergé. Brut from Fabergé. Brut from Fabergé. A lot of French going on in there. I like it. I really, really do. With the brush, I don't know when it's going to be available. I'll keep you guys posted on that. I'll announce that when I do my brush review of it. I'll pin down Ming, that's the owner of Frank's Shaving, for when he expects it to be. The link and the discount code for Frank's is 20% off your entire order. That includes clearance items. I won't profit from the sale of any of the brushes at Frank's, but you save 20%. The link in the description for Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements is an affiliate link, and if you use the Phoenix Artisan links, I will earn a 10% commission from your purchase, and I use that money to put it right back into the hobby to buy more gear. Unscented Star Jelly. This is lightly mentholated, and on this warm, not hot summer day, on top of the menthol from that pre-shave, this should feel pretty darn good. If you like old school green fougere though, there's an absolute banger and a musk. A must. But if you don't, I'd say you can probably hold off on this one. Phoenix Artisan has a lot of great options. It's the little big things, my friends. As always on these outdoor shaves, you see it just getting out of the house, away from the concrete. Even if there's private properties across the creek here, it still counts, right? We haven't seen a single person other than my wife and my 2 pups. Until next time, you guys take care. Thanks again, Frank, Zomchi, and Douglas and Francis. All right, welcome to the B-roll. Here comes Luna, and there's Athena bringing up the rear. And Luna's shaking, of course. So I've been looking in this direction. My beautiful bride out there in the creek. That is a creek, not a river. I'm sure I've already talked about it. Luna, that's enough. She's been quiet. Came down from up there. It's Athena's harnesses. The harnesses. And the direction that you guys have been looking in. I want to again thank Ming at Frank's Shaving for sending me the brush. Absolutely love it. Can't recommend it enough. The razor, Caveem or Zomchi. Thank you for the razor. And of course, Douglas and Francis at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements for sending me Doppelganger 3. If you like a green fougere, it's great. Somebody's property right over there. It's the only downside to this little place that we're traveling today is that side of the creek is lined, not lined, but there's a few homes here and there, and hopefully we weren't too much of a bother. You guys take care. We'll see you next time. Oh. I love it. Good girls. Done it. Get her. Get her, Luna. Get Athena. Where's Athena?